welcome back to row scale sandbox that I just made for some kind of bridge for this thing that I just came out of nowhere. And so that I never gonna be hearing this for having a little bit surprise for some kind of like this. In the previous video I already reviewed about a train called the JR Series 203 series. The JR 203 series train around for the outer subway like this, but I'm not very sure this isn't going to be for some kind of like this. Japan versus Indonesia won't be real for this time as well. Sometimes I'm leaving the Indonesian train alone on that yard for on the wilderness or the wilderness like this thing. I just gotta find out. But right today, this won't be going to be interesting as well. The battle of the railway services of mass rapid transportation. It was between the JR series and the KRL series on the other hand. We're probably not very sure this isn't going to be for around here, but we're not going to be showing up for some kind of a little bit amount of words. So, all we're gonna be absolutely trying to do is we're going to race all the way uphill and make it towards into the other side of that thing. So of course, this is beyond for its well between the JR Series 203 and the KRL train overall for some kind of like this. We're at for this station, and we're here for fight beyond within the trains as well. But as you can see, this is actually making me lag for a little bit of a long time as well. Now look how the train it is long enough that absolutely beat into service like anything as well. For some kind of like the train as well. It was very long, including the Indonesian one. Even the JR East train will be bounded all the way up here, and the fight won't be over for this thing, whatever. So, I'm gonna separate within these two, and that won't be necessary as well. So, I'm gonna lose for all the programs as well for some kind of like this. So, I'll be removing the trains as possible. So I'll be separating them for as well to become a better performance as well for some kind of like this. So I wasn't able to reverse the train. So it's hard to see that I just gonna be trying to do this as well. So I'll be right back later until I just gotta solve this problem. Once I uncoupled for one of the trains that I just probably to do this as well. It's time to give ourselves for the race a go. One of those two trains are gonna be on our way to head towards into the finish line for once and for like this thing as well. So it's gonna be a little bit ready for this thing as well. Sometimes the train number 5 is gonna be back here, and I wouldn't believe that isn't gonna be for saying this. The train number 7 is gonna be at the back for one of the trains that I just probably never commit. So I'm probably gonna be a little bit ready for this thing as well. And so we turn the lights on about the trains and the bells. That doesn't work because of doorbells have just absolutely going to be ring-a-ding as well for some kind of opening and closing as well for somewhere. So anyways, we're here about to start for one thing as well, as the race could be begin around as well until we're gonna be sounded out as well. So, here we go. Oh yes, and the race is on. Looks like the trains between the two, I don't even think the race is on. sometimes I totally forgot to add it within these two trains in the back, so it absolutely might having a little bit more powerful as well. The train race is in a go. Looks like the trains are starting to head uphill as fast as they could. The JR203 leads. And so the trains are continuing to be in the lead as well. It's not going to be in the lead for this one. On the blue trains is going to be for around here. On the left side, it must be a JR203 series. On the right side, it must be for the KRL locomotive on the front as well. So it's going to be sounding the horn over here onto another crossing. Now the trains are gonna head uphill as quickly as they could. And so the KRL is gonna be making a little bit of move to head it all the way up as well. As the train might gonna be headed its lead for all the way up here for some times. But looks like the KRL train, it might gonna be actually going to take the lead now. Again, it's absolutely made its own turn. But looks like it was between the two to head off all the way. And so the trains might absolutely going to be headed up for seeing what is actually going to see around the corner. So please look around on top of the screens or right anywhere at once. As you might get to see this. You can look up here on to your right. The train is absolutely leading and still keeping on leading as well for some kind of like this. I gotta turn on the camera mode as we've seen this train have taken on the lead for itself. So the JR203 series is still on the lead against the KRL locomotive. Okay then. I'm pretty not sure that the KRL train is going to be about to take the lead. That hopefully this is not going to be headed towards of that bridge. So the KRL senses they're getting a little bit of lead as well. So this is gonna be better hurry for this. This won't be necessary as well. So pretend this is gonna be the finish line of the railways for some kind of a little bit else. So who's gonna be the lead? The train leads as well. But we're not very sure. That the JR is still gonna be probably in the lead as well, so hopefully it's gonna be a little bit one for a little bit for instantly as well. So that hopefully will be a short video for this time, but not short enough like whatever that I just totally going to say for that. And so the train takes on a finish line, and would be the winner will be the JR203 series against the KRL train. We never pretty mentioned that. I'm not very sure. That for some kind of little bit for this thing, the winner will be the JR203 series train that we're going to be having for itself for a full halt. At last, the JR203 series wins. Of course, that definitely the KRL train loses for itself for a rapid popularity among the transportation around him. So thankfully, that was absolutely not cool at all. For some kind of a little bit itself, that won't be necessary. So, that said, that we're gonna be end of this video for pretty quite here for short. So, my camera won't be able to be moving a little bit as possible. As I move a little bit closer, and I'm going to give ourselves a wrap up for this video as well. Sometimes that wouldn't be able, that you imagine that cookies arrived and probably for headed all the way downtown as well, for the Cuckoo Town Square, like anything as well, for some sort of like here for anything to say. So the link is going to be in description, and you might go into getting a little bit for one something as well, as you try to make fun of KRL trains that you might gotta hate, except for the JR203 series, that probably it's getting a little bit memorial around as well. And so this train will become a memorial train for the winners, I guess. So I'm gonna sign off, and thanks for watching. I'll talk to you mini lads and rail fanners all later as well for some kind of like this. And the game is in description below, that is just already said that way. So have a nice day, mini lads, and you might not gonna be having for safe travel when it comes to accidents.